The following program is for adult audiences only.
Time to open up some whoop ass.
Turn the volume up, they can hear from hell. Everyone's ready, so let's ring the bell. Ding, 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 let's start the clock. HBW, yeah, we're pumping chops.
Welcome back to HCW's Bumping Chops, where the chops hurt and the words mean nothing. I'm your host, Billy Simmons, co-owner of Heartland Championship Wrestling. Alongside me, my good friend and co-host, Bobby Casey.
What's up, everyone? Thanks again for joining us for another episode of Bumping Chops. Bumping Chops is proudly presented to you by the Chubby Buddy Studio. So if you listen to Bumping Chops or you like listening to Bumping Chops, hit that like and subscribe button. You can also listen to Bumping Chops on iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Spotify, no Apple. But Bumping Chops is also proudly presented to you by the Mason Coley Creative. All right. Mason Coley is the, I'd say, main event of photography in Wichita right now that we know of.
Yeah, doing a fantastic job. He is bringing the live action of what we do in front of them awesome crowds, even more vibrant to our screens when he shares his pictures that he's taking online. So great photographer, great person, and we are grateful to have him.
So be sure to follow Mason Coley Creative on Facebook. I don't know. Is he on Instagram? I don't know.
I think he probably is.
But make sure you're following him on all the social medias. I think it's at Mason Coley Creative. But you can also DM him for, photo shoots, like for weddings, personal photos, senior pics, and all that stuff. Just get with him on social media.
Man, he just did a rodeo, and some of his rodeo shots were just shots that, like...
I'm assuming he's an up-and-comer.
Yeah, he has to be. Like, he's so good at what he does, and the shots that he gets, and the you can tell the love that he puts into the editing of his pictures, and just great individual. Anyways,
well, he makes it look like he's in the right place at the right time every time.
Yeah,
so that's what's crazy about it. But follow Mason Coley on all social media.
And then get the latest information about HCW. Follow us at HCW Live 23 on all social platforms. That is HCW Live 23.
And today's episode, we're going to hit you with some Today in Wrestling History. We don't have a show to talk about except for the big fair show, which I'm sure that you're getting a little nervous about.
Yeah, it's getting super close.
Well, we're going to talk about the fair show. We're going to break down. I mean, you've announced almost all the matches, I do believe.
We have. I think we put them all out now.
So that's awesome. We'll talk about that. But we also have a guest that is special to Texas wrestling and yourself. Is that like a good way to put that?
That is a good way to put it. This man, for the first part of my career, he was my bitter enemy. We fought all over the place for the Amarillo Championship title, beating him from pillar to post. And he says tearing out his hair, but I disagree. You be the judge of that. My good friend, formerly known as Dark Slayer. He goes by El Birdman. This is Jay Orta.
Hey, what's good, guys? Thank you guys for having me.
What's up, brother?
Long time no see, man.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Thank you for having me.
I think his brother did a good job at kind of breaking you down for me, because I told him on our podcast that you were going to be on, and he said, think of Jay and Silent Bob. He said Jason Mewes mixed with... I think he said Walter. I get a lot of Walter vibes, like a Texas Walter vibe at him.
So,
legit.
I mean, that's not bad. Walter was dope.
Was dope? I think he's still alive. Jeez.
Yeah, man. I used to love wrestling. BJ moved down from Kansas and came and joined us down at Amarillo Championship Wrestling. And, this is before, I also wrestled as Jason Gore afterwards.
Yep.
It was a lot of fun, man. I used to have just locks and locks of hair, and I got a lot of, like kind of Chris Jericho or Shawn Michaels vibes to a lot of people whenever I had all that. And, so I wrestled BJ. I wrestled a lot of folks. I was never afraid to wrestle anybody or work anybody for the most part. And yeah, this was
I remember what it was now. It was Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Shaggy and Jason Mewes.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Shaggy and Jason Mewes. Yeah, man, we had some fun times, did some fun, crazy matches. I tell a story that the first time I ever did my moonsault was in a match with you. Do you remember that?
Oh, I do remember that. I'm laying there on the table, and I was like, man, I don't know if I'm gonna take this move or not. And I was laying there on the table, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna take it. And then I mean, I blinked, and it seemed like all of a sudden BJ's knee was just like right above where my
Is this a top rope
face was
moonsault?
going to be at. And,
Oh, my Lord.
Oh yeah, it's a top rope moonsault, and I rolled out the way, and yeah, he kind of cartwheeled right through that table where I would have died.
And this is big, BJ. Let's let everybody know that you were even much bigger.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah,
I was
he
definitely
was-
bigger than I am now, for
He
sure.
was like 350, 360 at the time. I'm pretty sure he hit me with a standing moonsault in that match, but
Maybe
the one off the top rope.
I
we had
remember
to-
when I called it. I'd studied that. I'd studied Vader doing it multiple times, and when we were talking and going over things, and I said, "Listen, I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not, but if I call a moonsault, get your ass out the way."
Yes, and thank goodness we did, right?
Yeah, for
Yes.
sure.
Yeah, but we wrestled a lot, and BJ was very mobile for a guy's size back then, for sure. Standing moonsault, there was that moonsault for sure, and then I remember it's funny. I was telling a story on YouTube about one time whenever you and I went down to San Antonio,
Okay.
and you and Bryce worked a match down there.
Yeah.
And I mean, y'all tore the doors off of that building.
Yeah.
I said,
That had the stiffest ring I think I've ever worked in my life,
Oh, yeah.
though.
Yeah, it was pretty,
God, it was so
it
stiff.
was pretty
That was for
stout.
Rudy Boy Gonzalez.
It sure was. And I remember the thing I remember about that, I don't even remember what he worked under, but it was one of the guys that had just started. And the thing I remember from that match, from that show, was that we did a rumble afterwards at the end of the deal, and we all kicked Fix out of the ring. It was like all 9 of us or whatever. We all tossed this giant Triple H He-Man looking dude out of the ring. And then we all got paired off with a bunch of different people. And, of course, I got paired off with a kid that this was his second show. But the thing that I remembered about it was that he was giving Rudy Boy shit for messing up a spot in his first show. So this was his second show, and he was already yammering about it. I was like, oh, this ain't going to be good for nobody. Turned out it wasn't good for me because he broke my nose with a club across the chest. And that was the first time that I ever went out of my way to chop somebody. I chopped the shit out of that kid. From just one corner to the other, man. He just like, do something. Oh, I'm gonna do something. And then I started using chops after that.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of chops, I got an awesome today in wrestling history.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
Let's hear
today
it.
in wrestling history. Ric Flair defeated Macho Man Randy, which is September 1st, 1992. Ric Flair defeated Macho Man Randy Savage to win his second WWF Championship. The match was actually aired 13 days later on Primetime Wrestling, what is thought to be a first of a WWF/E World title change. The original taping of the match was actually halted midway through due to Vince McMahon not being satisfied with the bout. The match was restarted and retaped immediately.
Oh, wow.
So,
That Vince going, I don't like it, redo it.
Yeah.
Golly.
back when you could do that, I guess.
Oh yeah. It's before they threw him under the bus that one day that gave him
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
So, perfect way to segue chops.
Chops. Definitely chops. With Ric Flair.
Yeah,
Woo!
I used to love giving chops after that, especially we had our our training sessions with like Terry Daniels and stuff like that, and we used to like to give out chops during those deals too.
So we have another Terry Daniels trainee.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we all come up together, me and Jay and V and
Bryce Payne.
Biohazard, and
Yeah.
there's a lot of us came up, cutting our teeth together, going through Terry Daniels training. And there's people that like Terry Daniels and people that don't like Terry Daniels, but I give him all the credit. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today without his knowledge and, what he fed into me. So, but yeah, Jay was another run your ass off, get in the ring and make you puke. Roll out, puke, get your ass back in there.
Well, I do remember on my trip to Amarillo, and I've said this before, is that everybody would not stop talking about the chops of, is it Bryce that had the chops?
Bryce Payne had some chops.
So they would cause people to spit up blood, I guess. That's what I was.
I don't know if they were that bad. It would cause you to have like blood,
okay.
But Bryce could chop. He still can chop.
Yep, I want no part of that.
I've had to demonstrate a couple of times for some of the homies.
My buddy Jay here can chop pretty decently too.
Yeah. You better give me a little bit of credit. I seen you over there.
I mean, one of these days maybe you'll grow a pair and climb back in the ring.
Maybe one of these days we'll talk about it down the line. Maybe trick.
Yeah, I ain't about that life. But no, our last episode we had Tommy Snow on. Yeah. Awesome episode. Fun to get that dude had some stories out the wazoo about Billy, about his life and everything that he's dealt with coming up in wrestling. Do you have anything that stands out to you most about the one and only Billy Simmons?
Oh man, I've got a bunch of different little stories. I've probably up until I started playing poker, like I probably had more road miles with BJ than anybody. All right, this is like the most random thing. I'm gonna see if Billy here remembers this.
God,
we were driving. This wasn't even for a wrestling show. I think we were on our way to go see the Insane Clown Posse in like Wichita. We both still lived in Amarillo, or I lived in Amarillo. He lived in Wichita. I was gonna come back with somebody that was also going up there. Like I actually think it was Dustin, Lil, and Homer is who I ended up riding back with. But you and me rode up there, and somewhere in there, your CD player died. So your CD player's dead in your white Pontiac. And we are driving, and we've been talked out at this point. Like, we probably talked for like the first 3 or 4 hours of the trip. At this point, we are just out in the middle of nowhere. It's freezing fucking cold. And then this random commercial comes on. It starts off with like some Christmas music. And it said, the commercial started off with, what was it? It said, "Happy holidays from the Johnson Funeral Home, where turkey isn't the only thing that we're stuffing this holiday season." And like, we were just looking outside, and we just like both stopped and looked at each other like, what the hell did we just hear? And that's what I remember. Like, we had a lot of fun on that trip. Like, the ICP was over the top. But I just remember that was just like, we started talking again after that. Like, we couldn't even listen to the music in there. But yeah, that was the most random thing. Like, I've told a bunch of people that story. Just, that is so random, But
I can imagine that Pontiac too, with his book full of CDs.
Yeah, my CD player quit working. I was so mad about that. Jay, do you remember? Do you remember when we went down and seen Dark Lotus when we drove from Amarillo? And we stuffed people in the trunk. And do you remember that?
Oh my God, I haven't thought about that in a long time. Yeah, that was what? That was in Albuquerque, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. We went to Albuquerque, New Mexico, and we they were driving the truck and it broke down, so we stuffed people in the trunk.
Oh yeah, it was Caleb's truck. I'm pretty sure.
Oh
yeah.
I forget whose all car we had, but we stuffed people in the trunk. We stuffed. There was like
Caleb 4 was people driving the Trailblazer because I was in the Trailblazer when I came back. That's not how we got there.
It was nuts.
Oh yeah, man.
Good times.
We've had some crazy stuff. Do you remember that's another thing I remember about that Rudy Boy trip. It was you, me. I'm pretty sure Ryan Ray was driving, and we had to pull over because we had this like terrible lightning storm. So we pulled over at a gas station for like an hour, and then we start driving, and somebody made a wrong turn at Junction City, and we went south for hours before somebody was like, "Jay, it's your turn to drive." And then I get in the front driver's seat, and I'm like, "Where the hell are we? Will somebody break out?" Yeah, we don't have GPS. barely have MapQuest, but we had to break out the old road atlas. Gotta figure out where Juneau, Texas is. Oh shit, we went 2 hours in the wrong direction. Oh boy, I'm gonna kill somebody. I have to be at work at 8.
Remember that's when the deer hit us also.
Oh,
I do remember that. Yeah.
We pulled into that little, like we were going to a little town. You slow way down. That deer just comes running out and hits you on the side of the car.
Yeah, that is the most random thing. I completely forgot about that too. Thank you.
That was
bringing that back up.
Ryan was driving that, and he made that wrong turn at that junction, and was
I remember
way was
that.
close to Mexico, so close.
And we made it back in time for me to be at work.
We did, 'cause someone
90
was
miles
driving.
an hour. I got us back.
Josh isn't the only one that had a deer hit him.
No,
You also.
yeah, I've had multiple deers hit me. I've had more deers hit me than I've hit.
I don't think
Like,
I've ever hit
if there's a
deer.
reason why BJ hasn't made it to a particular event, it's a deer that got him there.
Yeah,
I will vouch for that.
usually I still make it. Fuck that deer.
I'm like, what do you mean that antler went through the transmission?
Did you take that van that we used to have in your backyard on trips like this, or is this like before that?
You're talking about the big old brown van that I
with the
put
tables in.
Yeah, I put a table and the
Yeah.
speakers, and there was a
Yeah.
couch back there.
Yeah.
That van was a pimp mobile, bro.
Dude,
It was
that'd be
so
an awesome
cool.
podcast studio. I'm just saying.
Bro, it was so dope. No, I don't think that van could have made trips like that.
I know it's stayed in your backyard for quite some time.
Yeah, I ran that Pontiac Grand Am. God, I had so many miles on that thing. It ran when the first time my dad had his first heart attack, and I was living here in Kansas. I made the trip from Hutchinson to Pampa, Texas, running about 110 miles an hour in that Pontiac Grand Am. I set the cruise because it would shut off. The governor would kick in at 115. So I set it at 110 and just flew all the way to Texas because my dad had a heart attack. I thought he was going to die, which seventh one killed him eventually, but
Seventh one?
seventh
Holy
one.
shit.
But
Better quit smoking now,
That's it.
kids.
I mean,
That's all
I know
can tell you.
Pampa. I mean, just because I live in Guyman, like that's really the only time I ever heard of Pampa.
yeah.
So, while driving through Pampa, not going to Pampa. I think I drove through Pampa to get to like Spearman or something like that one time.
But Jay,
It's a bad day it's a bad day if you have to go to Pampa through Pampa to get anywhere.
whoa now.
I mean, Dumas is pretty bad too. Let's not think about that. Texoma. I mean,
What's wrong with Texoma?
it's half Texas, half Oklahoma. Like, why not just be one or the other? Come on, get rid of that. Move the line either back up or down, whatever.
What about Kansas City? Kansas City's Kansas and
But
Missouri.
it's not Cans Mo. I don't know.
Mo cans.
Yeah, Mo Cans. It's not. It's nothing dumb. Like, just call it either Kansas City, Kansas, Missouri. That's two different towns. It's not Texoma.
Man.
Tell us how you feel about Texarkana too while you're at it.
Oh,
Yeah, there you go.
man.
Let's take
See,
that
that's.
down.
I think that might be even worse. See, that's a place probably you probably don't want to go on purpose.
Maybe not.
You might be right.
Jay, I was telling them what was the story with Ryan Ray and getting an email for us to go wrestle. Do you remember that story?
I do remember him. Like he made some sort of. He said that he got an email from. I don't even remember. It was somebody that was on television for sure.
Ring
He's
of
like,
Honor.
Yeah, and he was like, "Yeah, I just told him when we weren't interested." And we were like, "You told him that?"
Know about Bob? Like,
No. So back when me and Jay started traveling, getting our tapes out there, going down to San Antonio and going out a little bit, Ryan Ray was like helping us drive and stuff like that. And we had an email set up so we could both see the emails and Ryan would monitor it and stuff. So evidently he had gotten an email from Ring of Honor that wanted me and Jay to go down. And we were booked in San Antonio. So Ryan just told him, no, we're not interested. We're going to San Antonio.
was Bob Evans a part of Ring of Honor?
I don't know who all was a part of Ring of Honor back then. It's been a long time. But
Oh man.
me and Jay still, the fuck you
Yeah.
do that for?
Yeah, it's like wait a minute. Like Like, did I give you power of attorney? Like,
Yeah, right?
like, oh, come on, man.
motherfucker.
So you had a manager in a Yahoo, or was it a Hotmail or AOL?
Who knows?
Yeah, I don't even remember at this point. Probably
We're
was
old,
at AOL.com.
Man. Yeah.
So Jay, you started wrestling with me. You wrestled. How long did you end up wrestling before you stepped away due to injuries?
About 13 years, man.
So
I'd been after
13.
it for a while. I tore my ACL a second time, and I remember we were in the middle of a pretty good angle with West Texas Wrestling Alliance, and they were like, "Man, we don't really want to lose you at this point." So, I mean, I started managing, and I actually did some tag team work, and then we got done with the angle, and then Rick basically asked me, he's like, "Hey, man, you ready to get back out there to managing and stuff?" And I was just like, "Man, I just don't think I want to do it anymore." Like, I never had like a retirement match, or even gave a promo, said, "Hey, I'm done," or anything. Like, I just never came back. And I just
How long ago was that?
I didn't want to be one of the manager types. I mean, I think I probably would have been all right at it, but I just that part just didn't really appeal to me so much. So I'd also that's where I kind of found poker at the same time. Here's a funny story for you. I was in Amarillo, Texas. I'd already started playing poker or whatnot, and a friend of mine was like, "Hey, man, you got to come check out this poker game. So you're gonna really like this guy. His name is Kurt." I'm like, "Cool." We I follow him over there it's over there off of like Hillside and Bell, and so we ring the doorbell to this place. And the guy answers the door, and my friend is like, "Hey, Jay, this is," and I was like, "Curtis Jordan, like, what is up, man?" And that's who had this poker game, and
Wow.
he had been running it the entire time we had been doing wrestling. Like, he'd had this game for like over a decade at this point. And I was like, "Bro, like, you never mention it, like, ever?"
Right?
You know what I mean? Like, so we could have
Wow.
been friends a long time ago.
Yeah.
You know what I
Goodness.
mean? So so I was going to Kurt Jordan's game, and one of his youngest son. You remember he used to come out to the wrestling shows and stuff, Ryan. But yeah, he was a dealer there, and
All right.
but he would like to be like if wrestling ever came up, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, Jay was one of my favorites," and I always thought that was pretty awesome,
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm sorry to cut you off. I gotta throw myself under the bus here for a second. You were telling us a story before we were recording, right? Mm-hmm. When you said dealer, I was just like, I'm just gonna ignore that, right? I was like, all right, bro. All right, this dude's a dealer.
Yeah, poker dealer.
And you were telling us about the Asian gal that came in with the dress, and I was like, all right, cool. We're all right. I was like, dealer. It's still bad. I was like, man, I'm glad we're not recording. And then now it all pans in. You were a poker dealer. So
I am a poker dealer, yeah.
I'm glad we squared that away. So
Yeah, I'm not selling. I'm not selling. I'm
I
not
wasn't going to
Walter White.
assume, but I was like the only dealer, like people that just nonchalantly bring up. It's just like, all right, I live in Hutch, and it's not necessarily the cleanest part of Kansas, but hey,
Oh, that's probably
We all live
the
once.
greatest thing that's happened
Oh,
on this
man.
podcast yet.
That is hilarious. Yeah, man.
Listen,
it's,
my buddy
one day
here,
that I was-
Pablo Escobar.
Yeah, man.
Well, hey, like,
my
I-
dad's name was Pablo, so yeah,
Right,
it all
it
fits in,
was.
and I knew you were a poker player, but I was not tying the two together when you were first telling the story. I was like, man, he should be saving this. I was like, and then you said that. I was like, okay, glad he didn't save this. So I was like, okay, wait, maybe you should have saved this story. So yeah. Funny times. Good times.
I'm a dealer at Texas Card House down here in Houston, and that's how I make the bacon at home nowadays. So
Yeah, dealing.
yeah, that's crazy, man. Like I've met some in the wrestling business, I met a lot of people, but also being a poker dealer, I've also met a lot of people. Like I met stand-up comedians. I met it's really crazy. Like I've actually dealt to Adrian Peterson.
Whoa.
A former NFL MVP down here. Eric Riley's another one I've dealt to. It's really crazy. Like I never told him, but like I had one of his basketball cards when I was a kid. You know what I mean? I was like, hold up. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, I remember that. It was, played for the Houston Rockets.
Comedian.
Met some folks down here. It's pretty crazy. And then just like out in Las Vegas too. Like I dealt the World Series in 2024. And yeah, so
wow.
you know,
You played some this year, didn't you?
I did play some out there this year.
Yeah.
I almost didn't want to come back, but you gotta get after it, you know. But it was pretty nice out there.
What comedians have you played with?
All right, so I actually dealt to one. His name was I believe it was Tommy Rodriguez, but he actually used to be a World Series of Poker dealer too. And I was waiting for this game to start up. That's what they call the 2040 mix out there. There's a whole bunch of like dealer's choice games, and yeah, so I'm talking with this guy, and then he and like I didn't know he was a comedian or anything, but he picks up his phone. He's like, "Oh, so I just got a notification from Dry Bar that my stand-up special's coming out today." I was like, "Dry Bar comedy? Oh, that's pretty legit." You know, I subscribe. But yeah, but he said that's how he got to start. Was he had an open mic night out in Las Vegas several years back, and brought a bunch of his dealer coworkers, and yeah, they pretty much gave him the week, and he said he just went from there. I was like, that's pretty interesting, you know.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Man. So how long ago did you wrestle, by the way? I don't know if you said that or if we established that or not. Like, how long has it been since you've been in the ring as a wrestler and not just a manager?
2013 is whenever I was done. Can't even say hung up the hoops, just threw him out, I guess. I don't know.
Set him to the side.
Yeah.
Buried him under the...
Yeah, just left him back in Amarillo, Texas.
That's it.
I don't know. Yeah,
What do you
crazy.
miss most about it so far? Like, not getting in the like from the ring aspect, yeah. Like, is it anything specific?
There's a few things. You know what's crazy is I still actually have dreams about like working matches here and there. Like it's crazy. Yeah, 13 years later, you know. One, I miss getting a reaction out of the crowds sometimes. I was a heel, so I used to love talking smack to kids and, you know, people that couldn't defend themselves, you know. Miss Pat used to come to the WWA shows. It was really funny to talk smack to her, you know what I mean?
Like the comedian Miss Pat?
Oh, no.
Oh, I was like, oh, dang.
It was just this lady that would come to the show. Her name was Pat, and I mean, she was probably in her 60s at that point, but now she'd bring her grandkids, and you know, this the one lady that, like, when I first we started doing West Texas Wrestling Alliance. I don't know, we hadn't even been going for like 2 months, and I went into United one day, and this lady actually legit started yelling at me at the supermarket about something I'd done the previous Saturday. I was like, oh boy, like. You know, my girlfriend is there, and yeah, she's embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. I mean, it was a hell of a time, right there in the middle of aisle number 6. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like, yeah, I should have definitely done that, but probably would have done something along those lines if my girlfriend hadn't been there. At that point, it's just like I just need to get the hell off of the chip aisle and get the fuck out.
Anything ever happened like that to you? I mean, you also travel, so you really went there and then left.
Yeah, but like I've been noticed, but like for the last 10 years I've been masked.
Oh, okay.
Before then, you know, Amarillo I'd get recognized all the time, but I was a babyface, so I didn't get the asshole reactions.
You didn't get the heel treatment from the crowd.
I did not. They liked my big ass for some reason. But.
Yeah.
He was charismatic, and like I said, the crowd always loved him.
Yeah, that was my
loved him. Loved Bryce.
It's my man.
Me and Bryce had some battles also. Golly. I think he got the highest I've ever hit a bloodbath out of. Bryce jumped so high one time out of this bloodbath, I had to grab his ankles and pull him down into the land. It was crazy.
Bryce could get up there for a lot of moves.
Yeah.
I feel like that was one of my specialties as well, was being able to make other people's moves look really good.
100%.
I could make myself light as a feather, but I was 210, so that was a pretty good skill to have for somebody that size.
He took a good ass whooping, but gave a good one too. Made it believable that he was trying to tear something off of you. So
even though there was probably a 200-pound difference between y'all when y'all first met,
for sure.
When he started getting weight, but it's still pretty, like 180
what was that?
or something.
What was that roster for ACW when we was hot? So it was me, you, Philip, V, Bryce,
Sean Sanders.
Sean Sanders.
Prime Time. I'm trying to think of who else. There were several people that were.
Katana.
Yeah, Quintana was another big name. He was super charismatic too. But that was part of. He was a Texas Tech cheerleader before he had ever been a professional wrestler and whatnot. So
his kid comes around now.
Yeah. It was actually unfortunate. The last time that I went to a show, he actually broke his leg, just walking around the back, just fell through the.
I was at that show. That was that last time we seen each other, actually.
Yeah, I was starting to think that was the case. Yeah,
that's the last time we seen each other.
Yeah, because the V worked a hardcore match in that deal too. It was over at Scooters, right?
Yep,
yeah,
that's it.
I was just like, I couldn't believe that. I was like, oh man.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Every time I'm around somebody gets hurt.
Don't say
call
that.
It the Jason Gore curse.
Oh my.
But no, you were saying your dreams. Is it like something about the dreams that make you say, "Oh, this has got to be what I miss most"? Is that what you were going with?
No, I mean it's. I just think that it's. Yeah, I mean it's been. I don't know how to put it. It's been over a quarter of my lifetime ago, and I still dream about working a match. Like chain wrestling, just little different things like that. Like there's sometimes that there's a crowd there, and there's sometimes that the crowd's not there. You know what I mean? Like just training and just different little things like that. And I'll tell you, one thing I miss about it too is ring psychology. It's being able to work a crowd. Being able to tell stories. Believe it or not, that's something that factors into my poker play as well. Because if I'm gonna bluff, I'm gonna tell a story early that I got something, or I'm just sometimes if somebody is betting and their story doesn't make sense, sometimes that's where you make the call. You know what I mean? I mean, wrestling psychology factored into my poker
that's a
play,
movie right there.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'll tell you, there's something I don't do it at my home room or whatnot, but I'll give you an example. I'm playing out in Vegas. I play a game called Big O. It's where you get 5 cards in your hand. You're playing high-low split, and I get pocket aces in my hand, and it's hard to hit an ace in that game because you're supposed to have an ace, but of course one falls out there. I check. Everybody checks. I'm like, man, I need somebody to get lucky and catch something. And the turn comes out a 3, and I see somebody do this. And I'm like, uh-oh, I think somebody got lucky. I put out a little bet, $10. This guy ends up losing his whole chip stack in the hand, but he flips over pocket 3s and complete garbage cards. And as I'm scooping this big pot, I'm like, hey, bro, how'd you get so lucky to catch that 3? You know what I mean? That's where the heel part kicked in, and that guy was giving me action for the rest of the time he was at the table,
Yeah, you at that point was objective number 1. Take down this asshole.
Yeah, man. I miss working a mic too. Being able to cut a promo on somebody. Those were some fun times too. I'm sure. I don't know. One of my favorite promos that comes to my mind. It wasn't even on you. It was on Terry Daniels.
Oh, okay.
So it is funny. The reason why some of these are so fresh is because either I've told them these stories on YouTube or I've told these stories to some of my coworkers in my job. But I come out there and they're I'm written against Terry Daniels that day, and oh man, we're gonna be mic time. I'm like, oh boy, fun. I go out there, I grab the microphone. I would wear the reason why everybody always says the Jay from Jay and Silent Bob. I would wear this bandana and wear these sunglasses, and my hair would just come out the back of the bandana, and so I go out there and I grab the microphone and I'm like, I did my shopping for what was it, the children's hospital or whatever. It was some children's deal, and I'm like, yeah, man, did y'all know that Toys R Us sells wrestling action figures? And, a couple of people are like, yeah, duh, they sell wrestling action figures. I'm like, well, I was going down the aisle and I found a Terry Daniels action figure and I bought one. Y'all want to see it? And the crowd's like, yeah. And I pull out a little foot from The Land Before Time dinosaur. And, Terry Daniels comes out there. I mean, the match doesn't, they don't even ring the ring bell. I mean, before Terry Daniels, right? Just like he comes out there and like, I don't even have time to take off my glasses and my bandana. He comes out there and just starts chopping the shit out of it. And then, of course, then down the line, I cheat and I win the match. And then, of course, the next week I'm out there talking about how I beat WWF legend Terry Daniels in this very ring, the little things like that.
You're a dick. How you gonna call the man a dinosaur?
I couldn't help it, man. I mean, we had, all right, so me and Terry Daniels always were talking about, he was always wanting to do all this stuff, and I was always wanting to do more advanced stuff,
Correct. Yep. That's
like, please.
That was Terry.
I don't want to take 100 bike body drops today, bro. Like, it gets old after a while, So, of course, he never wanted to do any of that other stuff. So we would go out to the wrestling ring on other days whenever he wasn't out there, so we could work on, the stuff that we were trying to do for the show. That just, it was like that.
And that was that old school style, and Terry got a lot of hate for not kind of helping us train the newer style also. And that's why today, I try to mix everything. I try to mix the old school that we were trained, but I'm cautious and knowledgeable of the new ways and stuff because I don't want to hinder my kids' careers at in any way or form. So I try to be open. I go watch when they send me stuff or they say, "Hey, I would like to learn this." All right, explain it to me, and they'll explain it, and it'll be like something that uses basically two moves and they just combined them. So today's style wrestling's quicker, big moves, big impact, but they'll explain it to me and then I'll be able to put it together and do it safely. But sometimes they got to show me like, hey, send me a video. Let me see it. Let me break it down and then we'll figure out how to do it.
I'm not going to deny that I might not have been wrong at some of my, I was 25 years old too, you know what I mean? Like I was older than most of the other guys, but
I take it he was the guy that made a lot of people run extra or do extra stuff that people didn't want to do. Oh, great. We're doing this again.
Oh yeah. I'm probably sure I puked a few times because of Jay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Getting us in some kind of trouble. Or Acid and Drake getting us in some kind of trouble.
Yeah. It's funny, man. Like they've grown up, and they all have kids now, and they're in their 30s, and I actually
kids
saw
doing,
them.
man. Like I haven't seen them in so long. Like they were always good kids, and fantastic to me.
Well, I can tell you that Acid just got his degree from WT, and
oh wow,
Drake just had a daughter. I guess she's about 2 years old. Acid has a son that's maybe 7 or 8.
That's fantastic.
They all got kids now, and it's pretty crazy, man. Like they're good people. I know. I still follow them on Facebook and whatnot. And,
nice.
It's funny. I shared some weight loss pictures from last few years, and one of them actually you could see Drake in the background, but it's with their mom. Is the picture that I have?
Oh,
on there,
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's from whenever Acid graduated or got his degree. So
that's cool.
How many of them were grandpas, except for this one?
Oh man,
not many, I'm sure.
I don't think any of us are at that point yet, except for I'm not going to point any fingers.
I am by marriage.
There,
it's all right. I like it.
I'm pointing right at him.
I'll wear that with a badge of honor.
Yeah,
that's
man,
wild.
Congratulations, man. Congratulations! I forgot to tell you that.
Appreciate that.
It's pretty awesome.
That. I'm excited. It's an eye-opening thing, Yeah, I knew I was getting up there in age, and now I can go, fuck, I'm a grandpa. So
well, there you go.
But it's an awesome feeling. Like I can't be more excited. I get to see Paige in a couple of weeks, so super excited about that. State Fair's gonna be here same time, so she's coming down to come watch us and support us for the State Fair. And her man he's such a good dude. Opens car doors for her. Freaking works his ass off. Just such a good kid. They're the same age. Like, I think they're 2 weeks apart. But he's such a good kid. Nick is raised well and treats my daughter fantastic. So I'm blessed.
That's super awesome. That's great. And I'm really happy for Paige too.
Yeah. It's crazy, man. Life goes by faster than any of us realize, but you got crazy people like us still doing fun things that we do. So,
yeah, I'm really glad that you're still doing it, man. Like, I do brag about you periodically down here, so spread your legend down here in Houston.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So, what would it take to maybe get them shoes dusted off?
Oh man, I have to go unbury them first, and then we'd have to go from there.
I don't know. Maybe someday I can talk you into showing your ugly mug up at Heartland Championship Wrestling. So
yeah, he's what 6 months? 6 months away from retirement.
I was talking to. We did a Hall of Fame show with WWX, a company down here ran by my buddy Flex Reed. And some of the older wrestlers like JC Thunder and Tommy Snow and Big Dog, Jesse Price, and some of those were up there. And we were sitting there, and I was telling them, like, I'm kind of on this last little run, and probably gonna set them down. And every one of them's like, you're gonna say that now, but few months, maybe a year down the road, you're going to get that itch.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard, you know what I mean? It's hard to say, hey, I'm going to set these down, because I don't want to be that person that sets them down and then, I'm going to come back. And now I wrestle a little longer, and then I set them down again, and I'm going to come back. If I say I'm retiring, that's going to be my end. Mm-hmm. So my problem right now is mentally to say, hey, I'm going to have my knees replaced, and it might feel better than I have in years. And now you're telling me I can't go get back and do something that my heart still absolutely loves. That's where mentally I'm still struggling.
Well, I mean, nobody said that you couldn't ever come back if you feel better than you ever have before. I mean,
the doctor does.
What?
The doctor does.
I mean, the doctor's always going to tell you that.
That's his job. Tom Brady came back when he thought he was done.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've never been compared to Tom Brady before, so
I'm definitely not that good. Tom Brady was the GOAT for a reason. I hated him,
but I'm saying there's nothing like there's nobody's gonna frown upon it.
I get that, but I would if when I say that I want to be done and I say that I'm done, if I say I'm retiring, then I don't want to get back in the ring.
Well, then just say that you're on the shelf for the next 6 months.
So I think that I'm gonna basically. I think that I will probably leave it open. Hey, I'm leaving. Not sure if I'll ever return, but I'm never gonna say never.
There you go.
So, and I'm gonna talk to my doctors because he's kept me fucking wrestling for this many years. Shoulder surgeries and knee surgeries and shots every 3 months and all kinds of fun stuff. So, I'm definitely going to take his thoughts into consideration. But, last 6 months, we're going to rock and roll. I know that. So,
I like that. You just stay on top of it, and we'll see what happens on that front, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
If it's for 50% of a company, maybe. I mean...
I don't know if you've seen any promos or anything, but we'll see. You just have to keep an eye on HCW's page because there could be some interesting stuff coming down the line.
Oh, well, speaking of retirement and like stuff like that, like, is there something that you wish you would have done differently, like from when you got trained to where you noticed I mean, obviously injuries had a lot to play into why you did what you did, but something that you wish you would have done differently?
Oh yeah, for sure. I wish I never smoked cigarettes during that time. That's one thing that I tell everybody all the time. Like, whatever you do, quit smoking cigarettes. Don't be an idiot. You know, I mean, we're all intelligent people now, right? I mean, everybody knows that cigarettes are going to kill you. I mean, I think everybody just keeps on smoking because they're like, well, when is it going to kill me? Ha ha ha. You know, I'm going to quit smoking right before and then you just never know, like, like, for example, like we had a friend of ours, we used to wrestle with. His name is Chance Williams. And I mean, I know that dude smoked all the time, man. And I know he's not with us anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just saying, that's one thing that kills a lot of things for a lot of people. And, it's like, I mean, I don't know. That's one thing I just tell everybody, like, just try to avoid nicotine at all costs. Like, that's the one thing I wish I had done different, because I definitely, if I had had a little bit more stamina, yeah, I definitely think that I could have done a lot better for sure. That, and if we hadn't left power of attorney in Ryan Ray's hands.
I still never agreed to that, and neither
I know.
did you.
So I'm like, wait a minute. Like, what happened? Like, we gotta get rid of this guy. It's always some skinny beanpole.
I think it was the time when Ring of Honor was hot too, when like Kevin Steen was there and fucking like all the big names that are in the E now were all at Ring of Honor at the time. Oh well.
You still
Shit
talk to him at
happens.
least, or
I messaged him because he was working for the same company I'm working for. And I sent him a message, and he responded, said hi, but that was about it. I haven't talked to him since. Talked to V quite often still. Philip, still go.
Yeah.
Go. But
Yeah, I haven't talked to Philip in a little bit, and I text V every now and then, but it's been hit or miss because, like I say, I mean, whenever I say that I'm always busy down here, like, man, like, for example, like, to drive from one end of Amarillo to the other, it's about, 10, 12, 17 miles, just depends on which extremity you're going to. I have to drive almost twice that just to go to my gym, almost 3 times that to go to my job, so,
Oof.
I mean... I'm always driving around here. Like if I want to go anywhere, I mean, Houston is the size of New Jersey. Like if you can include all the counties, that's insane.
that is
So
nuts.
I think it's the 3rd most populated city in America.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely up there. But I mean, if it wasn't for all these toll roads and all this other stuff, I mean, it would just be a complete cluster every day. Like it is a complete cluster every morning for sure. Like I try not to be out while the school buses are out. The early morning, because otherwise you're on a major highway having to stop like every mile or every 600 feet or something.
Goodness.
So did poker lead you to Houston?
Yes, sir, it did. This is in my opinion, this is one of the best spots for poker in general. Like Texas Hold'em, Omaha PLO is like super big down here. I've been trying to grow Big O down here a little bit here and there, but there's a lot of card houses down here, and there's probably a bunch that I don't even know about. So there's an app that if you ever come to Texas, that if you're ever interested in playing poker, you can download this application for your phone. It's called Poker Atlas, and it'll tell you the nearest card room to you, and just go from there. Like,
Wow.
there's probably over 100 card rooms here in Texas right now, if I had to guess, that are on this
Jeez.
app, and that's, I mean, just down here, there's probably within a 2-hour radius, there's probably 25 that show up on Poker Atlas.
I get anxiety losing money to people like Billy here. Like,
Listen,
fuck.
so
I got Arby's money.
when Jay first said, I think I'm gonna go all in and pursue this poker thing, a lot of us were like, bro, you sure you want to do this? Like you really ain't got a pot to piss in. Like you're quitting your job. You're like you're going fucking all in. And how long have you lived doing what you're doing now, Jay?
Oh shit! I mean, I've been doing just primarily like dealing poker and playing poker for over 10 years at this point.
As your primary job.
Yeah. My primary job is I'm a poker dealer. I do it a lot. The Texas Card House is very busy. Like the last time we closed was on Christmas, and the time before that we closed was on Thanksgiving.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I mean, so we're consistently busy. We got probably. I think if I had to guess, we probably have between 50 and 70 dealers that work there.
Nice.
And and then there's a play aspect of it too. So maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, I went to Austin and San Antonio, and then I went to Durant, Oklahoma, like all in a span of a week. And then I was out at the World Series for probably, I guess it was 15 days, and I didn't play for my last 2, and I had a $200 losing session, basically. On one day, and then I made $1,000 like every other day that I was there.
Nice.
It's crazy. So, man.
Honest question: how much of the game is rounders? How much of the game is science?
Both, definitely both. Depending on the game for sure, but a lot of people, I mean, they study this. Like, there's so many books and there's so many videos and stuff online for it that if you're playing poker and if you're wanting to get better, I mean, all the information is out there. I mean, I tell everybody that. Like when I first started playing poker, there was like maybe 24 books that were like credible, and then there's probably, there's hundreds of them out there now just on Audible. And, all these guys have their own podcasts also of their own that centers around poker and stuff like that. And so
I get anxiety to listen to those though. Like they give me the, I don't know. I get anxious. It's like, holy shit, this dude won how much money?
All right, Jay. Here's your question.
Oh.
What's the biggest hand you've won?
Oof.
And what's the biggest hand you've lost?
All right, so I'll tell you the one that I lost was, I always jokingly refer to this as my rounders moment, but it's the only time in one sitting that I've ever lost over 10K. And what's really crazy is I had already decided I was leaving, and this is my last hand. I have the button, and we're playing Big O, so I have ace 3 4 10 10. This is a split pot game, and the flop comes out 10 5 5, and there's 3 of us in the hand, and the first guy to act, he's kind of aggressive. He's not from here. But he's always applying pressure to our asses, you know what I mean? So he comes out firing, and he gets a call, and I'm also on the button. I'm also just going to call because I have what, in my opinion, is the nuts right now, 3 ways. 10's full of 5s. The turn comes out of 2. So now I have an uncounterfeitable nut low draw, and I have 10's full of 5s. The other player comes out firing again. And at this point, I've figured out that I feel like I have caught both players with a 5 in their hand, So, player 1 bets $900, and the second player just calls. And I'm like, at this point, I'm all in. It's a pot limit game. Like, I get like $4,500 in, $5K. The first guy folds. The second guy calls, and he's like, "Do you want to take it twice, Bird?" And I'm like, "Yeah, man, let's take it twice." It's like, "Why? You got quad 5s?" And he says, "Yeah." They're like, "What the fuck?" Because, I mean, it was like, so, of course, and he's got quad 5s, and he also has ace 3 4. So, I need, so, like, he's got me completely tied up. Like, I can only hit a 10 or, get part of my money back. Well, it doesn't come a low on either time that we take it. 2 rivers, no low card. So I get scooped for all that. The first thing I say to the guy is like, "What the fuck were you betting with?" And he's like, "Why does it matter?" And I was just like, you know what I mean? Because I can't put anybody on quad 5s when there's 3 of us in the hand, and the first guy's just jumping out there all fucking crazy. And I'm like, "Thanks, Amro."
That's
and
rough.
then the biggest one that I ever won, it was something similar to that too. Like, I got ace 3 4, like king in my hand, and it's this guy to my right has just reloaded, and he is on mega tilt, and I have the button again, and I have ace 3 4, The action goes like this aggressive player that plays down in Dallas now. His name is Paul. He comes out firing. The guy to his right, also that's to my right, raises him. I'm like, cool. I just call. Two people call behind me, and then Paul on the other end of the table raises again. So now, I mean, it's like where it was $60, it's now $300.
Good Lord.
Well, this guy says pot again. He's got like 1,000. I'm like, cool. I'm all in too. I got 1,700. We catch another player in there, but the guy that initially, throws his chips out there, Paul, he folds. I was like, man, this is the first time I've ever seen you fold pre-flop when you got black chips in the pot. Like, dang, Well, we get it all in 4 ways, and the flop comes out ace, deuce, deuce, which I have aces full of 2s, and I have I have a low draw, and a low comes out there on the river. So, but I get all of it. Nobody gets any part of the pot.
Good Lord.
And then there's like, there's like 8K. And I can even tell you, I threw the dealer one of each. I threw him $131. One black
Nice.
chip, green chip, red chip, white chip.
Oh, yeah.
So is Big O like double Texas or something? I've never heard of it.
Okay, so if you've ever heard of Pot Limit Omaha, you get 4 cards in that game.
Right.
And in Big O, you get 5. And it's a split pot game. It's one of the few like split pot games that are very popular these days in Austin and Dallas and other spots. Like it's actually growing on a worldwide basis, I feel like. But you have to play 2 cards out of your hand at all times for high, and you have to play 2 cards out of your hand for low. Which it can turn into a train wreck sometimes, especially when you get 4 or 5 people in there. I mean, you have when you're playing 5 cards, you have 10 2-card combinations in your hand. So
It's like poker for ADD people.
Oh,
Yeah, that's probably why Jay. That's probably why Jay plays it. He keeps his mind running fast enough.
Yeah, that's one thing I can definitely say is that I mean, I was always like really good at math and whatnot, and that's one thing I guess I am thankful for is that I mean, I've been hit in the head with a lot of stuff, so thankfully I've kept all of my math faculties. I can't tell you how many times BJ's hit me in the head with a chair or something.
I would never.
I mean, maybe you didn't. I'll blame B for this one. For this example.
I mean, maybe the alter ego, but me, I'm such a lovable, caring individual.
I mean, that is very true, but Billy,
Especially playing you in Madden.
oh yeah, well, we're gonna have to bust that one out. But
Yeah,
I mean,
so
you're gonna
back
roll
in the
me up.
day, Jay used to live with me.
Like in
And
Texas?
yeah, so we were living in Texas, training to wrestling for ACW, running that fucking place. And Jay thought he could get down on some Madden with me.
Oh, here
So
we
for
go.
like the first month, I beat the brakes off of him. And I always told him I was grabbing his ears and making him squeal like a pig, because I was just beating him down. Well, Jay is one of those people where if you beat him at something, he's going to figure out how to win or get good enough to beat you. So probably another month goes by, and every time he's getting better and better. Finally, he's beating the brakes off of me, and I'm trying to reload and figure out this damn game because I used to beat his ass. And yeah, he played so much that he just fucked me up.
What year Madden are we talking?
2004.
Yeah,
Oh, my
it was
God.
Michael
way
Vick on the
back.
cover.
Yeah, it was
But
way back.
No bullshit. I beat him like 15 games in a row, and that's
I
what
was
he was
so
like.
mad. I was so mad at him.
You know what saved him? No bullshit. This is what saved him. Is I went to jail, and he practiced while I was gone. That's what saved him, because otherwise that streak was going to just continue.
Bro.
Did you just learn like what the cover 2 and cover 3 and all those defenses were for to stop the offense?
Oh man, I started doing different little things like, like a lot of people, they'll be the defensive lineman on defense. Oh bro, I started learning how to like manually cover your best wide receiver. Like,
Yeah,
I started bringing the heater on him. Started hitting him with those user picks and all that. You know,
pissed
what I mean?
me off.
Oh,
Not
man,
only did I whoop his ass in Madden, I whooped his ass in the wrestling ring. If he had ever sit down with me at a poker table, I'd whoop his ass in that. If he ever wants to put the boots back on, I'll beat his bald ass in that. That's all there is to it.
So, did you guys ever play poker together?
I don't think we've played much poker together ever.
About that, we've never played.
We've lived
I'd
together.
rather see
We've
that.
traveled together. I don't think we've ever played poker together.
We
We
definitely
played
have
poker
not.
outside your dad's waiting room when he was getting his triple bypass. So, like,
Well, you got to play where you got to play.
we were using Splendas and Sweet Lows and sugar packets as our chips.
No, that's what we like to refer to as jailhouse poker.
That's it.
Hey.
Like the big chips are the ramens.
Yeah, that's it. Bro, them ramens are worth
Soup in
some
the
money.
skin.
Or
Not anymore.
coffee.
Not anymore.
Keefy coffee, bro.
Oh
Coffee.
yeah. The
Coffee's
instant
the big
coffee.
one
That's
now.
the other one. It's $1,000 chip.
Oh, fun times.
Yeah, but yeah. Go ahead. My bad.
Let's talk a little bit about this fair show and then cut this thing out. We're about an hour in, so making some good time. I think Jay, we definitely need to get you back on here at some point.
I've got way more stories about you for sure.
Oh yeah, I'm
we'll
sure
have to
you
hear
do.
those.
So, but let's break down this fair show. I don't know if you're gonna know a lot of these people, but they're a lot of my kids. But Tuesday, September 9th at the Kansas State Fair, we are taking over the grandstand for Tuesday Night Verified Pro Wrestling. That is Tuesday, September 9th, Hutchinson, Kansas. Let's pack this place. Let's have a great time. And then
Did you want to break down any matches, like ones that stand out to you that are going to
do.
steal the show?
I think we've announced a lot. We've announced Jay Orta versus Ray Leon in the main event, which Jay Orta used to be Fuego de Sol, Jay, if you watched AEW at all.
Oh, okay. I've seen a little bit.
And then Abaddon the Monster also used to be part of AEW. She's wrestling my champion Cameron Bernay, who used to be part of NXT. And then in a triple threat with Heidi Howitzer for the HCW Sunflower title. So that main event's going to be a banger. Yeah, in my opinion, like these two have never wrestled each other. If their chemistry matches their athleticism, this match should absolutely be phenomenal. The women's match I'm super excited about. I've watched all three of these young ladies grow in their career, and Cameron off to WWE and Abaddon off to AEW, and Heidi's been doing stuff all over the country. So being able to be part of these ladies' journeys and now bringing them back to face each other at the Kansas State Fair is awesome for me.
Which one, and I don't want you to play favorites or anything, but which one do you think could steal the show of somebody who's out there that might be new to not just pro wrestling, but HCW also? Which one of these matches have you set up that people should be really keeping their eyes out for?
There's so many good ones, like Niles Planquet versus T2G, Tommy Too Good. Like that could be one. The lineup that I have for the Kansas State Fair is probably one of the best lineups I've had to date. And I've put together some cards.
This beats all of your legacies, both legacies.
It's pretty stacked.
Oh man.
And just in the matter of, putting people with others that I'm like, okay, this person is going to bring out the best in this person. And this match should go, if it goes how I see it, should be one of those matches. So, listen, Drake Gallows has told me personally that he plans to steal the show for the Kansas State Fair versus Hector Jay Orta. So I can't tell. I can't say who's going to be the match of the night.
I think anything with anybody that's headlining regular Wichita shows would be worth watching.
Yeah, 100%.
So, give you that 2 cents. But no, did you have any other matches before we get on to the next?
I think that, of course, that ladder match to open the show is going to be phenomenal. 6 men who all claim the rights for that independence title going at it, and it hung up above the top. So we're going to start the show off just like that.
Man, I can't wait for that. Last time you had Well, I guess the first time you had a ladder match was with the women for the Sunflower title.
Correct.
That was it was a huge match.
Yep.
Then you had one at was it Legacy that Hector won it? Or no, it wasn't. It was Legacy, wasn't it?
It might have
Hector
been
won.
Legacy. Yeah.
So you've only had 2 legitimate ladder matches, if you count the one that you and the one that Blade and Chance had, right? Was that considered
They
a
didn't
ladder
have
match?
a ladder match. They
They
had
just had ladders.
Blade and Chance was a last minute stand.
That's right. Okay. So, but it had to do with the ladders that they used in the previous
Correct.
match. Okay, that's what it was. So, but any of these matches could steal the show.
I agree.
For sure. So, but here you go.
And then October 25th, we're bringing Kevin Kelly and Bob Evans down to do a huge seminar. And then later that night, you'll see Bob Evans in action and Kevin Kelly on the commentary mics. So we're excited about that. Bringing in huge seminar and huge opportunity to get better. And then anyone that's wanting to be a professional wrestling, hit me up at the Bears Den training facility. You can text me. That's the best way. Just let me know you're interested and we'll talk, try to get something set up and go from there.
Well, like you said earlier, what everybody saw is that you just announced I guess, an annual thing that might be taking place hopefully after this year. Will be your second annual Red Kettle Rumble.
That is true. Me and the illustrious Ray Leon, the new champion, met with the Salvation Army West today and set up the next Red Kettle Rumble December 6th. And
did you have any things that are going on? Like I think you donated all the stuff to Salvation last year.
Yeah, so all ticket proceeds will go to the Red Kettle Rumble.
This is where I'll bring it back, though, since Grandpa's back from peeing.
Listen, a few garage beers and a long podcast makes people have to go.
It's not even that long,
there
bro.
we go.
This is short for us. It's an hour and... Technically, the podcast is actually 12 minutes before that we started. So you're only an hour and 5 minutes in. So it's all right.
Long
5 minutes
time, long
longer
time.
than I needed to go.
And this guy drives in a car for 8+ hours.
I can't drive forever. I get a podcast, drink a couple beers. I got to pee like a...
All you have to do is say, hey, I got to go pee. You got to do this. Just say, hey, I got to pee. And that's where I cut it.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
You just stripped yourself of the ball and just ran off the field.
Because he actually dropped the sex of his grandchild, and that's what I was worried about. So I didn't have that in the podcast. So
and then he left the whole bathroom break in the fucking podcast. The whole bathroom. The whole fucking thing.
It's only like
Jay.
a minute and 30 seconds or something, but like I was listening to another podcast in the background, so I look like an idiot too. So all I was worried about was taking out the part that he didn't want in there.
Which I appreciated because we didn't
Can't
want to give the
tell.
gender, but
It was just a minute 30 seconds of real time with Bobby, and that's all it was. I mean, come on.
maybe we start a thing 1 minute
Like
with
bloopers.
Bobby Casey.
Like bloopers.
Bloopers.
Yes, you should definitely
we should
do
not
that.
do no damn bloopers, Jay Orta.
Bloopers
You
with
keep your
Billy.
bald head out of this shit.
Bloopers with Billy. It's just a reel of him. I gotta go pee. And this is him. I gotta pee.
That's it. That's fucking it.
Well, that's what I was telling him. Is like, I've got a lot more stories. So if y'all ever do decide to have me down the line again, like,
We'll definitely have to.
I definitely have some more with you for sure. But I mean, just wrestling stories in general. Like, I was telling him when you were gone, it's like from somebody that came up whenever we came up. I don't feel like there's anybody else that has given more to the game than you have. You know what I mean? Like,
I appreciate that.
You've torn a lot of, you've given yourself a lot of damage, and then you've you got to a point where you couldn't wrestle, and then you got yourself back to a point to where you could wrestle again, and you've done so much for all these people, man, and I'm just really glad to see you shining and keep you doing what you do, bro, and I'm looking forward to hopefully seeing you in action sometime in person before you pack it up.
I
Put
appreciate
yourself
that, man.
on the
It's,
shelf as we're
Pack
gonna.
it up.
A long time ago, I knew my knees would never take me to the big stage. You know what I mean? And you realize early in your career what your career is going to look like, and and I'm a realist. Like, I've done some fun things. Don't get me wrong. I've traveled all over this country. I've wrestled some fantastic people. I've met some fantastic people. But I knew a long time ago that if I wanted to stay in this business, I needed to have other avenues. And I felt that I was knowledgeable and felt that I'm patient enough to train, and dove into that, and then dove into the backstage and the ownership part. And really, if it wasn't for XWE giving me that opportunity to really dive into those things later in my career after I come back, because and I don't talk about this much, but there's one point in my life that I was 540 pounds. I couldn't hardly walk.
Yeah. I seen you during that time.
Yeah, I was basically dying slowly, and did what I needed to do to be able to get back. Got back in the ring, got moving, and XWE gave me that opportunity, and then I started booking, and I love booking, and I'm all right at it. And started Heartland now, and Heartland's succeeding and pushing the way I want. So it means a lot, especially from someone that's been around for this whole journey. Like I have tapes of us backyard wrestling together, Jay. So, you've been here through this whole damn thing. So I appreciate you as well.
Yeah, man. I'll say, man, like I said, I just like seeing what you do, what you're doing. And like I say, I've been blessed enough to make it this far and watch you make it this far. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's like I say, man. I mean, you were always a hell of a worker. You always, you always knew the mental side of it, the ring psychology aspect of it. And I know that you're, especially with being a dad and all that, I mean, I'm sure that's how you look at a lot of your trainees from that aspect. And, I mean, like I say, I'm proud of you that you're able to do it. And like, it's crazy. Like, it's not often that it happens, but, every now and then, like, they'll have like AEW or something will pop up at work, like late night. And I'll just be like, oh man, I mean, I always think of you guys, like you in particular. But I mean, like like Victor and some of the guys that are still doing it.
Right.
Greg Pierce. Some of the guys that we helped get into the game and trained them.
Can you believe Pierce was taking out the trash when he first started coming around?
Yeah, well then worked his way up to security and he just did a whole bunch of stuff for us, man. And it was like that for a lot of people. And
I love working that kid. God, I love working that kid.
He was always fun. Him and Greg both. Like they, and that's some of the things too. Like we helped. Who was it? Mark Wilson and Chad Thomas and some of those guys come up and I used to love the training aspect of it, teaching the new blood. And like, oh man, these little 18-year-old punks, they always think they know what's up. We always gotta. Oh yeah, he's athletically gifted, but no, let me show him this counter real quick.
That's right. That's right.
So since you two got trained by the same person, you guys went through the same regimen, what's something that stuck with you? I mean, we hear from Billy all the time about like the way that things were hammered into him by Terry Daniels. Like what's something that sticks to you even that you could probably use for poker?
Oh man. It's like one, you just gotta always be consistent. I mean, if you don't bring your A game every day, it could be a bad day in poker. And some days, I mean, you bring your C game, but some days, I mean, my thing is, whenever I'm, like even whenever I was, training, I factor that into my workouts too. Like I work out every day now. Like I'm probably in better shape now than, whenever I was wrestling because, like I said, I don't smoke anymore either. So, my thing is I always try to work on my weakest point. So like in poker, I always try to fix my worst days. You know what I mean? Like I try to I'm never bringing my F game. If I think I'm gonna bring my F game, I'm never showing up. But my goal is to always minimize my losses and maximize my wins. So that I feel like is what has stuck with me the most. That I've been able to keep with me is You always have to stay consistent. You always have to study. You know, that's I'm going to tell you something that I'll tell you because like recently, or when I say recently, it was last November. Necro Butcher came down for a bar fight show, and this is to me, it cracks me up how this always happens. But I always end up talking to somebody that's younger than I am, like, or it's been in the game for like 2 or 3 years. And like I end up spending the rest of the show like talking to these younger guys, you know what I mean? And I tell them things that I wish that I had done as a professional wrestler that I do as a poker player. And one of them is I keep a journal. Like one of them, like, so if I had kept a journal for wrestling, I'd been like, oh man, like I would have kept track of spots. Okay, so you have a great spot in your head. And, like, you're going to do this, that, or the other, any sequence of moves. You know what I'm talking about when it comes to planning out a match. So you do the spot. The spot gets no reaction. Like, that's something that you have to write down in the journal. Because how do we fix this spot? I mean, it is a great spot. But, I mean, do we need to add a little bit to it? Do we need to take a little bit away from it? Something along those lines. You got to keep track of all that type of little stuff. Like write it down, and then the other thing. And it's funny. I talk to everybody about this book all the time, and it is the 48 Laws of Power. And the 48 Laws of Power is a book on manipulation. And what are you doing as a professional wrestler but manipulating a crowd? You know what I mean? So there's all these different little rules, for accumulating power that it talks about. Like one of them, the first one is don't outshine the master. It gives you a positive, like reinforcing rule, a thing, like historical explanation for one person. And then it shows you the person that violated it. And, usually it cost them their lives, doing this, this one guy trying to be, act like he's richer than the king one day, oops, he outshined the master, king had him killed, oops, So it's like, if you were able to apply even one of those to your wrestling character, like if you're working as a face or if you're working as a heel or a tweener or whatever, these are things that you can do that you can apply to, that type of little deal, like, what's an example is like outshining the master, The Rock and the Nation of Domination. You know what I mean? Farouk out there, supposed to cut a promo. The Rock starts cutting the promo. Like I'm about to have to whoop your ass. We better hold up. You know what I mean?
Now that you say it, it stands out. like you see it all the time in WWE and WWF back then.
Yeah, so I mean, just like little things like that. Like I feel like people could add to the wrestling game. Like, I'll give you another deal. Like I have this, like it's backwards, but this is my favorite quote. It's from a book of 5 rings, and it's, if you see the way broadly, you can see it in all things. And that's one of the things that I've been able to apply to my life. You know what I mean? So I've read over 100 books to help my poker game out that were not poker books. And there are books like that. And another one, I'm trying to get into the book club today, but it's The Laws of Human Nature. It's written by the same guy. You know what I mean? I feel like if I had read those books while I had been a professional wrestler, I'd have been able to apply a lot of it. And I would have been able to make Jason Gore, the character, that much more, realistic. I mean, I'm not saying that I wasn't realistic out there, but I mean, I'm just saying I could have made more points hit home. I could have been a more real heel type of thing,
Gotcha. That's what is it with everybody that comes on there that's like a Yoda? Like it's. I mean, Bob Evans was, I think, the first. Well, no, I take that back. Drake Gallows, episode 1. Okay, yeah, he spits some Yoda, and then we got Bob Evans. It's like most of his stuff is just common sense. Like Bob Evans just drops like stuff that we should live every day. Like, let's be honest. And then you got Tommy Snow. This dude could have lived the worst life possible, but he chose not to. It's like, thanks. Damn. And then you got somebody that's applying what he could have applied to wrestling to poker. It has nothing to do with poker. So, I mean, Yoda's.
It's, we get in age comes wisdom.
Right.
And, we've done a lot of stupid stuff. Like, you're talking about professional wrestlers, professional poker players, like we've done stupid stuff, we've done fun stuff, but we have those stories, and then it brings like you bring Jay in, and we're talking about stories that I haven't thought about in years, and you bring Tommy in, and then kind of the same thing. So bringing in these people that help jar memories and just bring some fun and some kind of eye-opening stuff to the world that we live is such a fun time and fun opportunity to be able to do.
But everything that you said about writing in the journal, like that's what Seinfeld does with his comedy. It's like, this bit didn't work when I used this word instead of this word. So it sounds like a very simple thing to fix, but like in the long run, it like takes practice. So.
Yeah, I mean, if you're not applying that type of stuff to your life, I mean, if without knowledge, if you knowledge is potential power. If you're not applying some of that knowledge, then I mean, you almost shouldn't know it. You know what I mean? If you're not able to apply it,
For sure,
that's some of the things that I try to apply to my life every day, and that's amazing. Some of the things that I learned from wrestling, I mean, wrestling, I learned how to read people. Poker, I learned how to read people. So it's like it all just tied in,
It seems like wrestling would be harder to learn to read people because you're reading a crowd, not just the one person that's in the ring. You're reading a crowd in the moment.
Yeah, but it's two people reading the crowd together and making the magic to make them react.
And that's why I'm saying I think that would be harder than maybe to apply poker. Now, poker, there's way more, it's much more complex than I'm thinking it to be. But to read power or to read the people that are watching also along with in the ring, like you don't have to do that in poker. You're just you're just hoping that the whole table is like the open book that it usually is. In both worlds, it's storytelling. If I take it the way you see it, Jay, right? Like in both worlds, it's storytelling. So, well, Jay, brother, we are getting deep into this thing. We'll definitely need to have you back on at some point, but let him plug his stuff too.
Let's why don't you plug yourself and your company a little bit, and let's wrap this bad boy up.
All right. Well, I work for a fantastic poker company down here called Texas Card House. There's 6 of them down here in Texas. One of them is down in Allen, Texas, and then there's 2 in Dallas. There's 2 in Houston, the one in Austin, and great group of folks. We're a huge corporation. It's just really over the top, but I mean, there's poker all over the place down here in Houston. I almost feel like it's better down here for the rest of the year as opposed to the World Series. The World Series, it's good out there if you can find the right games. But there's poker everywhere out there between the end of May and the middle of July. And then I do some like sports picks. I do burn the books. It's just like a little side project, but it's something I always wanted to do because I think it's crazy to me that like ESPN and all these other how do I put it? ESPN and MGM and all these sports books, they all have their own shows. So like whenever you watch those people on like Sunday morning talking about all these games against the lines, I mean, like they can't be 100% accurate, right? They're taking bets now. So I try to give some unbiased, like, hey man, here's a couple of little nuggets of like, if you're looking for a game to bet, this is it right here. And then I've been telling some, like I said, some old school wrestling stories on my YouTube channel. Also, just to get it out there, because sometimes whenever I tell some of my players down here about some of this little stuff, they're like, "Oh man, like you got to tell me a story about it sometime." But I can't ever just like tell the story while I'm working, so because that takes away from the game. So whenever somebody comes across that, I'll post a video on YouTube and then I'll try to tag the player, But yeah, it's interesting. It's I've met some really amazing people down here. Like this is one of the best places I've ever lived. Like when it comes to that.
What's your channel name, by the way?
It's called Burn the Books.
Burn the Books. Okay.
Yeah, I try to put the little hashtags in there on the bottom of it. But yeah. Like I say, I've been around people that sports bet all the time, so like I just kind of picked it up too. So like I'll tell you about my little bet that I put in. So I went 5-0 during the NBA Finals. I won 5 bets. Instead of asking for the money, I just put I put all of that money on who I thought was going to win the Super Bowl this year. And yeah, ooh, I see that look on your face. I put all of my money. I didn't put it on Carolina. I didn't put it on Miami either. Okay, I'm just telling you.
That was your mistake.
Oh yeah. So, I mean,
I have a feeling who you put it on.
Who do you think I put it on?
It should be the Green Bay Packers after today's move.
Oh, that was
all right. And this
was
is
a
coming
good
from somebody who is not a fan. Like I don't mind this team at all, but I appreciate what they're about, what they've been doing, and how they're consistent there. The Kansas City Chiefs are going to be hard to beat. I don't care who you are.
I mean, that's a fair one, but
Legit.
they are the favorite, so you never bet the favorites. So
Right now,
Who'd you
they are.
bet on?
I took the Houston Texans to make it to the AFC, to make it to the Super Bowl, and to win it.
Really?
Whoa.
Okay, so I'm not a Houston fan, like outright. You know, I'm a Carolina fan, but
yeah.
I'll tell
We
you,
know.
I really liked what Houston did in the draft, and if somehow they're able to get Tank Dell back, week 17, week 18, it's going to be a long day for a lot of teams. I feel like they have a top 5 defense, in my opinion, and defense wins championships.
Green Bay is scary right now, though.
And I'll tell you, you know who I bet to win your division, BJ?
Who's that?
I didn't
Us?
bet the Bills.
That's
I didn't
crazy.
bet Miami. I bet the Jets.
What?
Yep. It's they got a brand new coach. They have a very
I
unsung
hope
defense.
you lose all your money on that bet.
I hope
Every
that-
fucking dime, bitch.
I hope we come back at the
you.
next time around and it's after football season. I'm like, I told you, man. Justin Fields.
The reason why I said the Chiefs is because I just watched The Kingdom, and like,
Listen,
are the Chiefs really the favorite though?
listen.
Oh yeah, it's
think-
between them and Philadelphia.
I think Denver's going to be really good. You have to. You
That
can't
whole
ever
division.
count.
The whole division.
You can't ever. Yeah, the whole division really. NFC wise, after the Packers just picked up Micah Parsons,
Stole Micah
holy
Parsons.
crap.
Yeah, that's,
and then
that looks good.
I don't count out Pittsburgh. Like they've made some moves. Aaron Rodgers is still a dog. So
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers is still Aaron Rodgers.
yeah, like who knows? Like this football season could be really fun, and I'm super excited for it.
Wow. Here's my question: what did Green Bay get back? I actually literally saw the headline right before you texted me. Did
So-
Green Bay get anything back?
Green Bay
Or did-
traded two first and a D tackle
Yeah,
for Micah
I forgot
Parsons,
his name.
and then signed Parsons to $188 million.
Mason.
I did see that part of it. I just didn't see what they got back for him. But
I think Mason.
before that trade, my Super Bowl matchup was Houston versus Dallas. Because I thought that if there was any season that it could happen, I've been saying that Mike McCarthy has been the problem in Dallas for the last like several years, and they finally cut bait. You know, I mean, I figured any coach would be better. I mean, everybody says that look on your face, but I'm just gonna say, if Mike McCarthy was such a good coach, I feel like Aaron
I
Rodgers.
didn't like McCarthy either.
I'm talking about BJ. I was just gonna say, if he was such a good coach, Aaron Rodgers would have 3 rings. I mean, I
have
feel
2.
like Aaron Rodgers won that ring despite him, not because of him. I say that a lot down here. So
I see.
you know,
Yeah.
always keeping that sports opinion. You know, sometimes it's not popular.
I think
but,
I don't think other than Cowboys fans that aren't me would say that it's our year, but I would have never heard anybody say Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl, especially after that docu-series got dropped on Netflix. I was like, what?
Don't worry, Billy didn't think that he'd ever hear those words come out of my mouth either. Like the look on his face, he was like, "What?" Like he's still
I'm a
blinking
Cowboys
over
fan, and
there.
I was like, no.
Yeah, that's crazy.
We're going to be dead last. I think the Giants are actually going to improve. I think they're going to be the new the Washington Commanders. I think.
I mean, if the Giants start Jackson Dart, maybe.
My man, Jackson Dart looks pretty good.
the Giants have a better chance at succeeding than the Cowboys do right now.
Oof.
I will always say my Dolphins are going to be good, no matter if they're the shits or not.
Even if Nick Saban's a coach.
Go Fins. Whoa.
Whoa, whoa,
Ouch.
Oof. Deep, deep.
I cut deep.
Yeah,
But that's how
for
long I've known. That's how long I've known Billy, though. I was there for that.
Thanks, asshole.
Wasn't Jimmy Johnson the coach before that, though? I mean,
Jimmy Johnson did
Jimmy
coach.
Johnson was the coach
Yeah.
before Saban. So, I mean, he left the Cowboys to commentate, then he went to the Dolphins, and then Saban took his job. I do believe. Don't quote me on that.
And then we had a few others.
One of those others is their coach right now. Don't worry. He'll be gone
You
soon.
leave Mike McDaniels alone.
He gone.
Fuck you. I like Mike McDaniels. He needs to grow. He needs to keep some accountability. But I like Mike McDaniels.
Hey, he's fun to listen to. Like when he talks, I like to listen to it. He's like the opposite of Belichick. Like Belichick doesn't want to talk in front of the camera. This dude loves talking in front of the
He
camera.
100% does the load together.
Well, I will tell you this. That's one thing that that's definitely different about Billy over there when it comes to wrestling. He's all about like top tier wrestling. You know what I mean? But when it comes to football, this man accepts mediocrity every season.
We should have started the episode with this, and then we could have went down so many other rabbit holes. Like it's like the roast of Billy. Like
I thought I liked you.
when Comedy Central's not
You're a
hot.
fucking Carolina Panthers fan. What the fuck you mean talking shit on me? Wait a minute. Hang on.
I talk shit on my team, so he can't get mad at me.
How can a Carolina fucking Panthers fan, listen, my buddy Johnny Faith would absolutely get along with you fantastically because he's that shit teams fan also. But at this point, shouldn't y'all just like sell the team to the highest bidder and fucking go to a different town?
I mean, I feel like that probably is the case too. I refer to them as the Pandas every year. So if that makes
I
you
think
feel
it's Carolina's year, though. Like every so many years, they go to the Super Bowl. At this time, I was watching this thing about this is their year that they go and then lose.
Do you even have a quarterback?
I mean, he's short, but yeah, we have one.
Oh, y'all got Bryce Young.
Yeah, we have one.
for
I
now.
forgot about that.
But also,
Hey, all
don't you
I'm-
guys have Big
you're-
Red as your backup?
We do Red Rifle, but I'm going to
Yeah,
tell you,
Red Rifle.
The thing that I'm happiest about is that we have had our head coach for 2 years for the first time ever under our new owner for sure. This guy is just burning through coaches every year, just like he does with the soccer team. Like he's been one of the worst things to happen to the
I
Carolinas.
mean, you
in a
guys
long
did
time.
do the same thing. I think Dallas did. Just you did with a wide receiver. And then,
Yeah.
didn't you guys send him to the Bears? No, that wasn't him. That was Tennessee. My bad.
Yeah, you're talking about
That was my bad.
Steve Smith. We sent him to
Yeah.
Baltimore.
No, Robinson.
Oh, yeah.
Robinson. Green Bay's best wide receiver, or the Bears' best wide receiver.
Yeah, the what's his name?
Denard Robinson, is that his name? Or
Nope. He had 50 points in fantasy last year. I'm drawing a blank. Like he had it in one game.
Oh, I don't know.
Wow.
Either way,
Anyways, so brother, you have officially been chopped with bumping chops. Love you, bro.
later. Nice meeting
Love you, man. Thank you guys for having me, and I hope to do this again down the line. And hopefully, we'll see you soon.
For sure.
For
Later.
sure.
All right, man. Y'all be good.
We know where to go. Blood, sweat, and tears. It's a battle of the wills. We bring the heart to the heartland. Heart to the heartland. Turn the volume up. They can hear from hell. Everyone's ready, so let's ring the bell. Ding, ding, ding. Let's start the clock. HPW.